Welcome back, guys, to This and Much More podcast. I'm Evelyn, and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And our special guest today is
I'm Julian, owner of Noir Studios.
Noir.
So what's up? All right. Okay, let's start with that.
Okay.
Right off the bat. So Noir Studios, like
First,
talk about it.
First, how did you even come up with the name?
Yeah.
Honestly, Pinterest.
Pinterest?
Yeah, that's like honestly. I seen it when I opened the first, or like when I was doing the design aesthetics. It was like like neon noir, and like it was just like a caption name, and I was just like, I like that.
What does it mean?
It just means like dark aesthetics. That's all it really means. Like it definitely in film, it's called film noir. So you'll see like all the old movies, how it's like black and white with like high contrast. Yeah. That's all it really is.
Have you seen, what's the show that you like?
The Boys.
The Boys. It's the show on Amazon.
You seen The Boys?
Yeah. One of them is called
Black Noir.
Yeah,
which
and
is
it's like
black, pretty much.
Black. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So I think I remember you said what was the first one that you opened? Neon Noir?
Yeah, Neon Noir, but it was inside of a creative space, like a huge warehouse with other people.
So what is it that you do?
Now or
in general, like you?
So I'm basically a creative director of photography. That's pretty much my day to day. I do a lot of video productions for commercials, music videos, anything and everything. And now it's more of like opening new studios, giving people like options to create in Houston.
Yeah. So let's kind of take it back a little bit. That way we can get to now, and then we'll touch on that a little more. But I think back when I started following you, I would see that that's what you were doing pretty much, right? So just film and music videos and all that. So what got you started in that?
A high school friend. So high school, I was doing a little bit of photography, and then I had a friend. Of course, everyone has a friend that raps.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you know.
I was like,
there you go.
Rapper.
Yeah. Everybody has a friend that raps.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, this camera does video. And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, let's do my first music video. Oh my gosh. Like I've seen those videos, and I'm like, I don't know what I was
like
doing.
the ones you did?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what was your friend's name?
His name was Ferno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I
was like, maybe it might be familiar.
Most of them, they don't even rap no more.
Oh, okay.
Like, they got family, kids, like all of that. Like, none of that. But shot that video. Shot like everyone else. It was like, oh yeah, you do videos. There you go. So I was just doing a whole bunch until just kind of worked my way up.
Yeah. And then I feel like I don't know, like your stuff kind of like sets you apart from like other video directors, like I don't know, like if it's the equipment you use, or because I feel like you have like big productions, like you do crazy big productions.
Oh yeah. Now, so I went from doing $100 music videos to doing like $50,000 to $100,000 music videos. So yeah.
Oh my huge. God! Well, if you need a makeup artist, we just had a girl. Like
Amadora.
She's from LA though.
Oh,
she comes down to Houston.
Yeah. We go to LA. I've done LA productions, New York productions, like productions all around the world, pretty much.
So we need to connect y'all, right?
Hell yeah.
Put them.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like, "Oh, guys never know that they need a makeup artist."
Oh yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
But I mean. That's
but it's like
cool.
mandatory for like big productions. Like you could be a female, male, like. Anything. Yeah, anything really.
Yeah, she literally told us. Like,
yeah, makeup artist is like one of the go-tos. It has to, because if not, you're spending more money in pre-production or like in post-work trying to fix all of that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I was like, I was always like a creative dude, right? So it's like I did the rap stuff, and then I did videos too. I have a few music videos that I've done, but it's like simple, But they were always like that. Like I never charged nobody. But how do you go from 100 to that amount? Like
from 100 to 100K.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was like having mentorships, like meeting people, learning. So like when I started, it was just like it was all a whole bunch of just friends. It was like, all right, homie price, $100, $50. I'm like, okay, oh snap, I can make money off this. I was like, I don't even have to do my like 9 to 5 no more. So I was just doing a lot of that. Then I went to a workshop and met a guy. And he was just like, yeah, we do $20,000 music videos all the time. And I was like, yeah, I need to be like you.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yo, I'm like not no homo stuff, but like, can I take you out to dinner? And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, I just want to pick your brain, you know,
Yeah.
da 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 da. So like, he was straight up with me. We went out, and then he was just like, look, bro. He was like, if you want to be a part of the team, you just need to bring something to the table, you know, whatever you want, you like bring something to the table and then we can talk. So I was just like, all right, cool. I had a project where I shot a wedding for a friend, and I knew the bride, but the groom worked for this big marketing company. Like they do billions and billions of dollars.
God damn.
So he was just like, hey, I love like what you did for the weddings, but do you do commercial work? And I was like, yeah, I got you. So he was like, look, I need you to put a proposal together, da 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 da. So I was just like, all right, cool. I got the other guy that I knew. He put the proposal together. I would have charged maybe like $500 for the project. He was like, nah. He go, we could charge 15 to 25,000, like right off the top. I was like, nah, you're lying. I was like, you're lying.
God.
I was like, nah, you're lying.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. So I was like, all right. We shot for 4 days. It was like 15,000, and I was like, what?
Damn.
I was like,
Did you give him a cut of that?
oh yeah. So he was like, he basically like he gave me so much game, and it was so much game for like through the months, through the years, like even now
It was
he's
like
so,
a
like,
mentor, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He was just like, look, this is how you do it, and this is how we just like, I told him, I was like, bro, we go 50-50, we just break everything down, and that's pretty much it. It was just after that, it was just investing in myself. It was like, all right, cool, I made like 7 off of it, let me go buy like a better camera, and let me see if I could charge more. And then it was just, that's pretty much what happened. So like all my,
So that was your first biggest project.
yeah. And I'm like,
15K.
yeah, most of it, honestly, like where I make really great money is like through commercial work. And that's the stuff that I don't post on social media because nobody wants to see
Yeah,
it.
you never post
Oh
that.
my God,
so.
the makeup artist literally said the same thing.
Yeah, she never posts like her work, her actual work.
Yeah, but she
you can
said-
kind of see like who she works with and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
but she said she makes the most money with
Commercials.
Yeah, guy commercials.
But you mean like commercials, or like
Just like commercial work. Like Houston is such a big like commercial
big
city.
company,
Yeah, big
oh,
companies.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so you have like Exxon, like Anadarko, like all these Fortune 500 companies. They need so much internal work that it never sees the light of day. But they're paying $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for these little things, or like live streaming, like all of that. Like it's all like big money, like 6-figure projects.
Oh
That's
my
fucking
God.
crazy.
If you don't mind me asking, what's like your biggest paid project? You can just,
to
give an
date.
estimate.
I did a 3-month project right before COVID, and the only reason we stopped it was because of COVID. But it was 165,000.
damn.
Wow.
Yes,
Fucking
That's
wild.
amazing.
and that's because like I put like 4 guys on. Those same guys worked with me for 3 months, and they bought all kinds of equipment. They're all doing really great for themselves now. Like they're all like, everyone's pretty much
Independent.
that. Yeah, exactly. And I used pretty much that money to build the studios. That's
Oh,
pretty much
shit.
what happened.
Wow. Wait, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Just turned 32.
Oh, okay. You were right. He said probably 30s.
Yeah, I just turned 30, so
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
I'm in there now.
Yeah,
But
I'm in there.
damn, that's crazy. So all right, so you don't do like small projects no more. You
Yeah,
just try to focus on.
No. I still do a ton of small projects. I still do a ton of like music videos, like favorite for friends, things like that. Because like those are the things that you're gonna get really creative with. Like commercial work pays really great, but there's no creativity to it.
They have it like already set, like what they want and
Yeah,
everything.
lines, talking heads, things like that. Like commercial work is like the most simplest, easiest things, but it pays a lot. That's pretty much it. Music videos, you can be as creative as you want.
Yeah.
But there's no budgets for it.
Yeah, you know which one? You know what music video kind of like? I was like, what the fuck? Like, you did the one with GT and Crystal Pop in the, where it's like a bank, a vault.
Yeah.
How? Whoa, what's up with that?
It's a location. It's
a location?
It's a bar in like Kirby area.
Oh.
Like called like Velvet Arms or something like that. So.
So
But-
you must have knowledge, right, of spots or
Oh yeah. That's like my go-to. Like even there was a big feature film that was just shot here like a month ago, and they called me like once a week. Hey, I need this location, that location. I'm just like, yeah, all right, cool. This is what I use. This is what I know. Da 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 da. But it's just the creative aspect in me of like, all right, cool. The worst you can get is a no, but it's just like if I can't get it, I'll make it.
Yeah. You do a lot of stuff for GT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I seen Alfonso.
Yes.
That's a homie from way back then, and then I know he works a lot with you. And so
Esther's
what's
brother?
Hmm?
Esther's brother?
Yeah,
Oh.
Alfonso.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's like what's your favorite type of music video to shoot then?
It's not really a genre. It's just more. I just like artists who allow me to be creative. Like I think
Okay.
that's my only like thing now. It's like I don't mind taking a small budget music video, as long as you're gonna let me be creative. Like you were telling me like, hey, you know, I want to do a model car like downtown skyline. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Everybody does that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
I literally just pictured that right away. Like
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I get, and they be like, yeah, you know, I got you. Da da da. I'm like, nah, bro. But that's why me and GT connected so well. It was because he was just one of those guys who was just like, look, bro, here's the song. Whatever you think, let's make it happen. You know, let's just try to keep it within a budget, and that's pretty much it. You know, and I think with him is like, he allowed me to elevate my production where it kind of gave me the bigger music videos, because they were like, all right, cool, you're doing this with no money. Can you imagine when you do have money and see what you can do? And that's pretty much what happened.
Oh shit. So then that big project that you did ended up leading to the rental spaces.
Yes.
Right. So you started with the Neon Noir, and then what was the ones after that?
Yeah, because you have 5, right?
7.
7?
Yes.
I only seen like 5.
Yeah, so I have Moroccan Noir, Neon Noir, Couture Noir, Motel Noir, Aqua Noir, Pink Noir, and the new one, Auto Noir.
The Auto Noir. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I seen that one.
Yeah.
So it's the one that had like the plates, right?
Yeah.
So 5 of them are in one space.
Yes.
Then Pink
is its own separate house.
It's an actual house, right?
It's an actual house. Yeah.
Okay, that's the one you showed me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a house, and then the other one is its own separate space too. The auto one.
Oh, okay,
so it's like a whole like garage.
Oh shit! So how do you find these spaces? Like, let's start with the first 5. Like, because you said Neon Noir was in one space. You closed that down.
Well, see, I got kicked out.
Oh, you got kicked out.
Yeah. So like during COVID, like of course everything's like stopped. So I was just like, all right, cool. Well, I need to do something. So during that, I just started building a studio. It was in a creative like place. It was called Spring Street Studios. It was like a whole bunch of small little things.
I drive by there a lot.
Yeah. So
West Spring Street.
I built it there. First month we opened, it was like popping. Like we were having rentals like crazy. Where my neighbors hated me. My neighbors hated me for noise, music, smell, like the way girls looked coming in and out, like all of that. So I got like 3-4 warnings, and after that they were like, yo, you gotta get out.
Damn. By like the building owner and stuff. Oh shit.
Damn, that sucks.
No, which is like, yeah, it did suck. I thought like, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more, because even then, right when I built the first one, it was doing so well that I was just like, all right, cool. I already leased another space from them. And I was like, it was like 2 doors down. I was like, I already got that space. I'm already building the next one, which was the Couture Studio. And right after that, I was already leasing a 3rd one. Like, so I was like, I was really invested in their company. So I was just like I told them, I was like, if everything keeps going right, I was like, I'm just going to just take this whole like side wing and just build all my studios here. But it was just one neighbor who hated me. Like, she hated me. Like, she would complain on me every day until they were just like, look, bro, we're tired of this. So I was just like, cool.
But why not kick her out? You know, like
exactly.
Like,
that's what I said. But like even then, I felt like what I was doing and what I was bringing is probably not part of like
their aesthetic or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when that closed, then you ended up thinking of something else, right?
Yeah. So I still wanted to be in the area. I wanted to keep it like super close to downtown, because like even then I lived all the way in the Woodlands.
Oh,
So,
you live far from here.
yeah, so it was like 45 minutes every single day just to work on the studio. So it was just like, all right, cool. I still want to be in downtown area. I feel like that's more central for everybody. So I found a space, and it needed a lot of work, but I knew it was going to work.
Oh, that's what you were talking about, right?
The what?
Where you saw him like...
Yeah, and so I was telling her that you do a lot of like the actual labor work for him, right?
Yeah.
So
It's Mexican in me.
so like, did you ever work labor? Did you ever, or you learn that stuff
like my parents, my dad, my grandpa, you know, Mexican,
Yeah.
bro. I was like 13
I
years
literally
old.
told him that. I was like, I think he probably has a similar background to you, and he's right because he
Yeah.
does the same thing with his dad.
Yeah.
So that's all in me, yeah.
bro. I was so pissed, like, growing up. Like, now I'm just like, all right, cool. I guess it works.
Yeah, you don't have to hire nobody. You just doing it.
exactly.
I was so pissed growing up.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like, I feel like you would always post, like, when you go to Home Depot, get all the stuff or whatever. What about furniture and stuff? Like, where do you get all that?
Antique shops, thrifting, like Goodwills. Like,
So you decorate everything.
Yes.
So you don't have somebody decorating for you.
No.
That's crazy.
Do you just like Pinterest everything, or you just
That or
imagine?
yeah,
or
exactly. So it's kind of like before I even move into the space, it's like, all right, I already have a vision of like, this is what I want to do. Like, if this is gonna
an
work,
idea?
yeah. And then I just set like a budget for myself. Like, this is the max that I could spend. And then there's a little wiggle room just in case I see like one or two props that I'm like, all right, I gotta have those. So it's just like that type of aesthetics. Yeah.
Wow, you're making me want to open one now.
Oh man, you should. It's good. It's like, honestly, it's like Airbnb without dealing with Airbnb problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're just. I mean, what's the going rate for them? Like,
So all my studios are $75 an hour, except the Pink House is $100 an hour.
100 an hour, and you have like minimums like 2 hours. Or?
I say 2 hours just because people like to show up late, but nah, it could be an hour. It don't matter.
What about like worst scenario? Have you thought about that? Do you have? So my question really is, what about insurance? Like, do you have that for the spaces or
Yeah,
no?
I have 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have like BOP insurance, which is builder property insurance. I have like with like a pure space insurance, basically when like rentals come in, things like that.
Yeah.
I have like the company insurance. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. And
Okay, good.
And I have equipment insurance, production insurance, like all of those. Yeah.
Who led you to do all the insurance stuff, or you just Googled everything?
Like,
did you have, like, a mentor?
Like, no, so like most of it, like when you rent these buildings, they have like minimum requirements. So it's like, all right, cool, I gotta have these.
Oh, okay.
Then
So
it's
they
like,
kind of.
yeah. So they kind of just like that, and then they're like, all right, you need these 2 minimum. Then when you talk to the insurance company, it's like, all right, cool, here's 3 that we can offer you that kind of like takes care of everything. So you should be good on that. Then like when you talk to the rental, like the Pure Space and all that, they're like, all right, we have an insurance too that will protect you on this side as well. So it just kind of
You have like.
it just kind of dwindles in.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I would think worst scenario is somebody goes, do a photo shoot and steal what you have.
Yeah, that could happen, but
You already
that's
have
just-
their information, right?
Yeah. Everything's through like Pure Space and trying to keep it like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I would say been open for about a year and a month. I've done about 2,600 rentals.
God damn, for real. And then,
Wow.
so how's Auto Noir doing? Like,
It's good. It's been open like 3 weeks. Rizzo just did their music video there yesterday. I think, I don't want to say it wrong, but Black Diamond Entertainment, I think like D Baby and all of them, like YB Puerto Rico, they just did their music video like a week ago there. A ton of like really cool like Ferrari. I'm talking to a couple of like wheel companies. They're looking to do their productions there, so it's doing good.
damn, that's dope.
Which one's
That's
your
dope.
most popular one?
The Moroccan one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which one? Moroccan?
Yes.
That's the one
Okay.
with the steps, right?
Yeah, the steps, the sand, all of that. Like birthday shoots and maternities. Like
That's all that-
I can see the maternities there.
I feel like I can see the aqua one too. Like,
Or the pink
being-
house.
Pink one, yeah. Pink one, like during Valentine's. Oh my gosh, bro. I had to like kick people or
You have to be there to be like, hey, it's time to go.
yes. Or not even just that. It was like, so we're open at the Pink House is open from like 9 a.m. to like 8 p.m. I was accepting bookings all the way till like 4 a.m. because it was just a small window. It was just like until like February 14th. So from like January to February 14th, like the studio was just like
fucking packed.
yes, it was just trying to
Wow.
like push people in, push people out.
Do you have security?
Nah.
No.
No. They're
Yeah.
just normal people. It hasn't been like nothing
Yeah.
like that.
How's keeping up with everything, like maintenance and stuff?
Stressful.
I feel like that's the part that you post a lot about too,
Yeah.
though. Like just
Stressful.
having to like replace stuff. I see you just painted the floor or
Yeah.
repainted the floor.
Repainting the house, yes. Because some people just don't care. And
Yeah.
that's where you'll run into issues. Like people just do like the dumbest things, or they use the dumbest things, and they just destroy property without even like realizing it, just for a photo shoot or a video, and you just gotta go and fix it all.
Yeah. Down. So everything's kind of like snowballing for you, right? Like, so like the first few rentals kind of like funded the next ones, and then so now all these are gonna fund like the next ones. What's your, do you have an idea for the next one or not?
Oh yeah, so the goal is to open 3 more, so 10 in Houston, and then it's either LA or Miami.
Oh
so
shit.
like last year I was gonna open a studio in LA, but the person like so there was like another director I was working with in LA, I was trying to open a studio, but there was a lady who copied my idea in LA, so she beat me to it. So after that, I was just like, man, fuck LA. I don't ever want to do that. I'm just gonna keep opening more studios in Houston. I hate y'all. So that's pretty much what happened.
I was thinking, I would think Miami.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of like.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of the girls that
that's where like the bouginess is, right?
Yeah. I feel like LA is very like everybody knows like, oh, you know, let's get ready for like a shoot. Let's get ready for this. You know, I feel like in Miami. I mean, I like Miami. I've never been, you know, but I feel like the creativeness is not there like in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like LA is all about like creatives. Miami is like all party. That's how I see it, I think.
Yeah, so like LA has, if you would just go like through a numbers thing, like LA probably has maybe about 5,000 studios. Houston probably maybe about 100.
And Miami?
About 50 to 100 as well.
Because I feel like Houston's barely like becoming more of a creative, you know, city. Like, and LA is like, that's where everybody goes to be even to explore the creativeness. I feel like Miami is like really just like party clubs.
But then again, like how many of those are being used though? Like in Miami.
So that's where, you know? That's my question right there. Because like Miami is such a place to be outside. So do you really want to be inside to like do a production?
Well, you have to create that space so that they want that.
True.
You know what I mean? Because here, like, who would have thought, like, oh, let me go, you know, to a studio and take pictures. Yeah. You know? Even though it is kind of a thing, because it used to be, like, the star shots, you know? Like, that was a thing for, like, a long time. And then, and it was, like, doing the outdoor, you know? Like, first, like, maybe the last 3 years, it was, like, families would take pictures outside, you know? That was the aesthetic. Yeah. And I feel like now you brought the studio scene back again. Yeah, it's because there's a lot more influence now. It's a lot more influencers. You got social media. You have like TikTok. Like you have all of that. So that's where like the studio gets a lot. It's just influencers looking for some type of new like background for their content.
Yeah. But I guess that's what I'm going like towards. Where it's like LA might have 5,000 of them, but then they're all being used because it's such a production like filled city or whatever, you know. And then in Miami, they might have the 50, but then maybe like 2 are getting used, like, you know, a week or some shit like that.
But just, like I just feel like it's like that. I feel like it's LA, it's all about the creativeness, and it's slowly moving into Houston. Like, what makes you think that it's not slowly gonna move into Miami too? You know.
I don't know. I guess I see
you
it.
But we're about to argue.
But like a lot of big music videos are shot in Miami. Like,
like, outside.
Outside, but even inside. But like, so there's like this big company that's in Miami that like I'm in love with when they come to like designing and things like that. I'm super inspired by them. But they design like Bad Bunny's music videos, Daddy Yankee, Nicky Jam. They're all shot in Miami. But like a lot of that is just, so I took the same formula they do, where you build something really cool, but the thing is like there's such in big contracts where they have to like destroy everything. They destroy everything and just toss it. So the only thing I did was just offered it to the public where other people can use it. Yeah.
You know what you should do is bring a Miami set to Houston.
Oh yes, that'd be dope.
So what are you thinking? Like Miami, like old school Miami?
Old school like Miami Vice type shit.
Yeah, I think you should definitely.
Maybe some crazy shit.
That would be pretty badass.
Well, so that's kind of what like Aqua is, but like more of the like beach aesthetic.
I feel like it's modern, tranquil though. Right? Like it's like what the
está tranquilo, like
it's real tranquil and but
I still vote Miami. I think I just really think that
he's like, I ain't going to Miami. So.
No, because he's like, why?
No, I'm just curious, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like I said, I just feel like you've built the scene here.
Yeah.
What makes you think you couldn't do it there?
No, I could.
You know?
And I feel like like lately, like people have been using like the Noir name, where like I can do anything. Like I would just like be like, oh yeah, you got a car. All right, car Noir, let's do it. Da 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 da. And they just use the Noir. So I think I can use that name out there and just kind of build from there. Yeah. Which I think will be really, really great because people fly from everywhere just to come to these studios, which is so crazy.
Which it is crazy.
Yeah, because like someone came from Egypt.
From Egypt?
Yes.
For the Moroccan one?
No.
Okay.
That would have been dumb.
Like, what are you doing?
You can't. You got a whole sand over there just for a little bit of sand here. Chill.
It's from Home Depot too. With that
crazy,
being said,
right?
let's go on a quick break.
Yeah, we'll go on a quick break. Right. We'll be right back.
And we are back. So they came all the way from Egypt?
Yes.
And which one did they rent? Or if you remember?
I think it was a motel in the Neon Room. And they were there to do a music video. I guess their director was from Houston. He flew in and then just kind of like that. And then there's this lady, Dreamy Mommy Photography. She does like nothing but NFL players. And like they fly in from everywhere just to shoot in the Moroccan Room for their maternity shoots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I seen one that was going viral and stuff. Like, it was a famous girl. I don't know if she's a rapper or some shit. And they shot a maternity shoot at one of your spots.
Oh, I want to say Lyrical or...
I don't know. Are they from here?
Yeah. Her husband is a like famous boxer. And they were. It was like on HBO. Like he was having this big fight. And she was announcing that she was pregnant. And they did like the whole announcement like at the Couture studio. Yeah, so like HBO was there and they were doing like their thing, just like recording everything for like the show, I guess.
And you were like $75 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. Do you ever think to yourself, I want to charge more?
Yes, but then again, it's like no, like just I'm content.
Yeah.
There's so many people when there's bigger productions, they kind of know where they'll just rent out the entire place or they'll rent it for like 2 or 3 days. So we'll have like big music videos where they'll rent the Pink House for 2 whole days and they just kind of just do their thing. So I'm just like, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like because if you had just one space and then you were just like if you were kind of like wanting more income, you'd be like, man, I'm getting too many bookings, let me up the price a little bit. But since you have like 7 of them, I mean, it's kind of like there's no need for that, wanting to like raise your prices because you have plenty of income, I'm sure, coming in.
And which is crazy that you don't want to up your prices because normally once you turn like a year in a business, like you're ready to change the prices.
No, I think I'm just opening more. I think that's
but
much,
like you said that.
Yeah, it's just opening more. But even then, like I don't like charge a la carte a lot of like lights and all that. Like I have so many like video production lights where I pay like $6,000-$7,000 for a light and they use it for free. It's like they don't even know what it costs. Yeah. So when I just see them like wiggling and stuff like that, I'm like, bro, chill.
Oh my god. Yes. You should definitely do a la carte.
Yeah, I'm just like chill.
So you're there most of the time, or
I have 2 assistants, but I try to be just to interact with people, like meet them, because you meet all types of walks of life, like, and I think that's the best part. Like, people own so many different types of companies and like influencers and like all kinds of stuff. Like you just meet all kinds of people, so which is really cool and interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you feel like it's important for them to know like who you are and stuff, or you just kind of like whatever?
Like I said, I'm the behind the camera guy. Yeah, I'm the behind the camera guy. Yeah. Like even when they be like, "Oh yeah, he shot this video," I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool."
Yeah, some people like go in there knowing who you are, and the others are like, "Hey, I think he like gives us snacks or something." Right? Like,
that'd be me, honestly. I'm like really bad with knowing like who's who or what. Like,
no, but even then, it's just like titles or whatever. Because people be like, "Oh, you own the place?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." I'm like,
I mean, I'm just here.
Yeah. You need something or what? I'm like, "You're gonna complain or do you need something?" If you're gonna complain, I don't own the place.
Just don't wiggle it like too much.
Yeah.
Man, so what are like your future plans? Like, I mean, I know you want to open, more or whatever, but like, what's like a big goal that you have?
So like, I would say a year ago, before I opened these studios, my main goal was to be like a big director. Like I wanted to be oh yeah, I want to shoot this person and that person and travel, all of that. Then like now it's just more of just kind of like be low key, just keep growing, see how the business does, and then just kind of just live life, to be honest. Like you know, I thought like, well, you know, I wanted to become a millionaire. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it just brings more problems. So it's just more of like, look, I'm happy. My family's happy. You know, if I can bring my family in and do like more with that, then I'm cool. But besides that, yeah.
What do you think that got you to that point? The studios?
Yeah.
Financially?
Yeah, financially. Yeah. It gives you a little bit more breathing room. Gives you a little bit more relaxation on like, all right, cool, you can kind of plan out your next move instead of like always worrying about like, all right, how much money do I need to make to take care of my bills and stuff like that. And I think that was kind of like the biggest thing when I was doing music videos, because it's not a guaranteed job. Like when you work for yourself, you know, you only make as much as like you work. So like,
you have to hustle.
Exactly. And that's pretty much been my life for the past 10 years. It's like, all right, cool, I need to do this music video. I got to do this. I got to edit. I got to stay up till 6 a.m. and edit this video. Then I got to wake up and do another music video, and just like that life. Now it's like with the studios, it's like, all right, there's a little bit more financial freedom where that I know there's just like residual income that's coming in. I know my bills are taken care of. What do I want to do next? Do I want to take this on? So on and so on. So it gives me a little bit more time to spend with the family, kind of just like plan my next move.
Yeah. How does that feel like to like just like my bills are paid, like they're chill, you know?
Honestly, it's good, but then like you have more like
now the stress comes from other stuff, maintenance stuff.
Yeah, maintenance, keeping people happy. Like, bro, can you imagine trying to keep 2,500 rentals happy in a year?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own issues. Everyone has their own problems, and they're bringing that problems to the studio. So people showing up late. They missed their flight. They forgot about their rentals. Like, their photographer never showed up. Their videographer never showed up. They need this. They need that. So it's like just dealing with other things. And then it's like maintenance of the building. Like AC, like an AC unit in that place is $25,000. So, and like my AC bill, bro, is $2,200 a month.
Damn.
Wow.
It's more than the mortgage.
No, exactly.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And it's just been like that this summer. And I was just
like, the summer was fucking hot.
Damn.
Yeah, so once I got that first one, I was like, yeah, I definitely have to like.
Wait, so you're at like at a spot, like at I don't know, like.
Man, I was gonna go when you opened up, but I didn't have the chance to go.
Yeah, because we're at the point right now where it's like you work and that's the money you make. That's how our schedule is right now. Yeah, we're trying to get to your schedule.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, where it's just passive income, residual income, you know.
But so I'm confused. The pink house is a house.
Yeah, it's a house.
And the other one?
It's inside of a warehouse.
Oh,
so like a warehouse building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it by downtown, like
U of H downtown's next door to me, Sandman and Art Factory.
Wait, isn't that where we went for rice?
Where?
Or with Channel Purple?
No, it wasn't his. Okay. It was a studio, but it was just like a photography studio.
No, yeah, because it was none of the.
It's by the police station and all that shit, or not?
Other side
like
of
the freeway.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's I-10, police station. I'm on the other side.
Okay. I know where it's at.
So you have to have the AC on, like.
To keep it cold, yeah. If not, people like sweat, they complain. Yeah, so it's like you deal with all kinds of stuff, like everything.
What's been like your worst complaint?
So many.
He's like trying to go through. He's trying to go through the list.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. It's just more of trying to make people happy. Like the biggest thing is like people will rent the studio from like 4 to 6 and show up at 6 o'clock and feel like I still need to like
give them their 2 hours.
Give them their time, cater them, like all of that.
So what happens then? You just turn them away or be like...
Well, it just depends. Like, the soft side of me would be like, all right, cool, what can I do to accommodate you? You know what I mean? Then it's just really, like, I'm more of a person, is the way you reciprocate towards me is the way I reciprocate towards you. So if you're just like, hey, something happened, like, you keep me informed, like, say 4 o'clock, before 4 o'clock, you hit me up saying, hey, I'm going to be late because of this and happened. at 4:00 you're hitting me saying, hey, I'm trying to make it. 5:00 I'm trying to show up. Then I'll be like, all right, cool. You kept a line of communication that whole entire time. Where, all right, I'm gonna help you. Let me see what I can do to help you. Yeah. There's other people who show up at 6:00 and just be like, I'm late. What are you gonna do for me? I'm like, there's not really much I could do for you. Yeah.
What about if somebody shows has it happened where somebody booked the pink house and at 6:00 from 4 to 6, show up at 6, but you already have it booked from 6 to 8?
Yes, that was during Valentine's.
And what do you do then?
Nothing. It's not really. So I give them options, as in like, look, if there's a 6 to 8 already in there, I would be like, look, we can put you at 8:00. Go have dinner, go have lunch or whatever, and then come back, and then we'll take care of you.
Wow, you are nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd be like,
dinner's on me, you know.
Not at all. I don't know about all that.
If you want to show up late, show up late. Dinner's on him.
So, is the pink house like kind of like the warehouse where it has different sets inside, or is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of just like a house, you know. It's like one bedroom is all red, the other bedroom's like all pink. Then we have like a Tiffany, like couture living room. Then it has like a retro kitchen, beauty stations, bathroom, stuff like that.
But you don't like rent them out.
Nah, it's just the whole house.
It's just the whole house. Okay.
Yeah. And the house pays for itself, right?
Oh, big time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Wow. So, what like kind of like led you to because I understand like the warehouse and having the first 5. What led you to the house idea?
So I was looking for another warehouse, and so when I was looking at a warehouse, I went with a friend, and he was looking for a warehouse too because he wanted to kind of get in the business that I was doing. So I was just like, all right, cool, let's go look together. When we went to go look at this warehouse, we were talking about parking because like the warehouse is like right on Main Street, like where the Metro Rail's at. So there's no parking. There's just curb parking, things like that. So they were just like, look, we just bought this house in the back, and we're gonna demolish it, and we're gonna turn all this area into parking. I was like, demolish it? I was like, so y'all don't want to do nothing with this house? He was like, no, we're just gonna destroy it and turn it into just parking. I was like, would you be like offered to like someone will buy it from you, lease it from you, something like that? And they were like, really? I was like, well, look, this is what I do. I think I could come up with something creative for this house. And they were like, for real? And I was just like, yeah, let's make it happen. So I was just like, all right, cool. Let's just sign a lease. We'll just do a quick lease, and then the potential to buy. So they seen what I did with the house. Like I painted the whole house. I was just like, hey, we have no restriction here, right? Like I can do whatever I want, like anything. And they were just like, yeah, you know, you're in a commercial zone, you're good. So I was like, all right, we're painting this whole house pink. Hired like 4 guys, and me and those guys, we just started painting the whole house pink, and then we just worked from the outside in. And then they were just like, wow. And then I was like, all right, cool. Like my game plan was like, we have to get this done before Valentine's. Like this is where it's gonna make all this money back. And like everything back. So we were done like November, like December time, right before like the whole.
You started opening bookings.
Yeah, I started opening bookings and bought the place, and it's doing good.
Damn.
So you bought it with that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's wild. So there's restrictions?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
In regular houses?
Oh yeah.
Like I couldn't paint this house pink?
Nah.
For real?
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that either. I thought you could just do whatever.
No.
I knew there was restrictions on land, but not like on houses.
Oh yeah. Like everything has to be like to code and everything. Definitely. I'm not sure how close you are to the city, like Houston, the city limit or whatever. So Houston has their own like policies on everything. You can't just go all crazy.
But if you're in commercial zone, yes.
Yeah, commercial zone is like because you're basically building a commercial business.
Oh shit! Wow. No, that's wild. I honestly didn't know. Like, I thought you could do anything you want.
There's people that get like the
orange stickers and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
oh wow. yeah. People like shut you down and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Damn. I don't know about all that.
So much knowledge. That is so crazy.
You just learn as you go. Like you learn a lot and you just mess up a lot, and you just like, all right, cool. So that's the reason why I post so much on social media, to let people know, like. Because I get like, that's like the number one thing I get all the time. Hey, I want to open a studio, I'm like, yeah, go for it, bro. But like, please know all of these things before you do it. And then like kind of like make a judgment call from there. Because it's not just like, oh, you know, I seen this, I can create that. Yeah, you can. It's no one saying you can't. But you have to also know like the other side of it, like catering people and like dealing with all the business side of like making these places actually operate and work on a day-to-day basis.
Did you remember, what is it? I think it was called like like the spaces that people would go to and they would just go and take pictures.
Oh yeah, like those selfie worlds, right?
Yeah, like stuff like that. We went to one, right?
Yeah, we went to one
where it was like all flowers.
Yeah, it was like it was like flowers. It was like this rainbow, and then like yeah,
it's just people would like set them up and just, I think they would be there for a little while and then they just
I think it was by like session or something.
Yeah.
But did you get an idea from that, or did yours start before that, or around the same time?
No, so like mine's pretty much similar to that, but mine's more interactive for like video production for photography.
Oh, okay, I see.
So the only thing what I did was, all right, we're already building this stuff for clients. Like we're building, like if we do a music video and they want the music video to look like a prison, I'm like, we're building all this stuff and we have to destroy it. So the only thing I did was like, all right, cool, keep it, build it, use it for this production, and then we can just keep using it. Like other people can rent it. It's all like interactive. So it's made, basically the way I built the studios is made for film productions.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like people always wonder like, hey, why don't you have a roof like on all the spaces? Like once you're there, you'll be like, all right. Like,
it's like an open area.
It's open. But the reason why is because in like film production world is like you put lights over like walls. Like you'll hang a light over a wall, put it in that light. Because if you have a ceiling, you can't mount a light in a corner. You know what I mean? Unless you're like breaking into the wall or things like that. Like this is like, you can put a light from another room straight into that room without like any damages.
And people wouldn't know that unless they were in the hall.
Exactly. So some people understand it. Definitely the people that come from that world, they're just like, oh, this is that like dope. You know, this is aesthetically designed for that. Other people are like, why is there no roof?
Why isn't it more private?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just like, yeah, there's a door closed and everything, but like, yeah, but it's not private. I'm like, bro, what do you think? Someone's gonna jump on a ladder and look at you? Like, yeah, and it's like whenever like they have cranes for like cameras and stuff, you know, like, no, that's dope. So it just makes sense.
Yeah. Are you in you have a girlfriend or wife or something?
Girlfriend, yes.
Girlfriend?
Yes.
That's dope. So how does she like think of? Or what does she think of all this?
Huh?
Why'd you smile like that?
Because I already knew that question was coming out. That's why.
Yeah. So what does she think of your success and everything? You know,
she's very supportive, like very very supportive. But it's just trying. So she has a 9-to-5, and you know what I mean. And the biggest thing is we kind of clash on like, you know, her job stops at 5. My job's exactly. So that's the biggest thing. Like 2 a.m. somebody will call, hey, I need this and this, that. All right, I'm out. You know, and then it's like, you know, it's just changed over time, like little by little. Like my schedule used to be like, all right, cool, do a video production, stay at home, edit all day. Now it's like studios. So it's like 7 spaces, dealing with 7 different people, wanting 7 different things at the same time from like 8 a.m. to like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then you'll have like special clients that will come in. They're like, oh, hey, we're from LA. We need the studio right now from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. All right, cool. Let me get up. Let me take care of it. So it's just dealing with that.
And you have 2 assistants.
Huh?
And you have 2 assistants.
Yes.
Wow. How long you have been together?
If
you don't mind me asking. You don't have to say.
Not to put you on the spot.
Good minute. Yeah.
Okay.
But so why she doesn't want to like leave her 9-to-5? I feel like she would be gone, you know.
Well, I feel like because he's always been creative.
Oh, it's unless like you want to just, okay, that's your thing, I want my thing.
Yeah, I think it just like depends what you want, right? Because to me, it's like I've done sales. So sales is like less creative, but it's the same thing. Basically, you work for your money, you know. So when we were dating, he had the 9-to-5, right? And I had the sales job. So people would be calling me while we were like at dinner, and I'm like, oh, hold on, let me take this call. You know, I was on my off day. Oh, I have an appointment. Can you come in today? Yeah, let me go ahead and go in, you know. But I don't think it never like bothered him, just because he always, even the 9-to-5, he always had his like, you
side
know,
hustle,
aside from that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess his question is like, she sees how successful you are. You don't think she's motivated to start something of her own?
I'm not sure. Like, I think it's more of like your own motivation. You know, like sometimes I think that's where we do kind of clash from time to time, because I'm one of those people like, hey, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Like I like definitely with social media, like I kind of show, like I put out there like like every day I'm doing something. Like there's something that needs to get done, and I'm just that type of person. And like with her, is like she's happy, she's content with like her 9 to 5, things like that. Where like I'm like, hey, you know, let's try this, let's try that. But if she don't want to, I'm not gonna like force her to.
No, yeah.
So it's just, you know, polar opposites, but you know, they attract sometimes.
No, yeah, I feel like our personalities are like opposite, but I feel like our business mindset is very alike.
Yeah, our mentality. They're there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. You want to go on a break?
No.
No, but
she must know we're talking.
Oh, it's her.
But
her ears are burning.
I know. She's like, oh, I wonder what he's saying.
No, I was gonna bring up how that you said like you get calls like at 2 a.m. and stuff like that. So Amadora, the one that we're talking about, the makeup artist, she was kind of telling us the same thing, where sometimes she'll get calls at 4 a.m. or
like, can you come in right now?
Yeah, like before my flight, and then she'll like get up and go, you know.
Yeah.
So and then she said, she's like, I think that's like kind of like the trick to success, where you just can't say no. You have to always be available. Like, do you agree with that, or
yes,
is there limits?
Yes to that, as long as they know the limit of your value, like value of your limit. You know, it's more of, all right, if they're hitting you up at 2 a.m., it's because they have the money to make that 2 a.m. call. You know, it's like that's where you have to like kind of know your boundaries of like saying like yes to everything. Because I always been just like a yes person. Like, hey, you know, let's go do this video tomorrow. All right, cool. I think I could fit you in. Like, I think my friend used to tell me all the time, you want to get something done, ask a busy person. Like, they will find time to get it done. Even though they're busy, they always find time to get it done. So it's always like that. So now it's just more knowing your value of like your time of like, all right, if you're going to call me at 2 a.m. because you need something from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., oh, you're going to pay that price. If you're not going to pay that price, all right, talk to you in the morning, 9 a.m.
Yeah. Do you charge more for overnight like that?
Oh yeah, you're like, because it's just they're changing the your
schedule.
Yeah. They're changing all of that.
Yeah, it's overtime.
Yeah, it's overtime. You're like, hey, you know, like I'm waking you up because we need this, and that.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure a lot of people have your personal number.
Yes, everyone does.
Wow. And how long have you had that number for?
Like 5 years, 6 years.
I think we've had ours for like maybe more than like
7th grade for me.
Wow.
Really? 7th grade?
Yeah.
I've had mine
first phone.
since I think I've had mine since 8th grade.
Yeah, so that's, I don't even know how long ago that was though.
Yeah.
Dang. So y'all probably have like old high school friends. You'd be like, yo, what's up, bro?
They can probably still call me. And
now they show up as scam likely.
For real. Damn. Okay, it's gonna happen.
What?
I'm starting to forget every episode. I have something at the tip of my tongue, and then I'll just fucking blank out.
Spaz out.
Well, you don't have to answer this, but roughly in this last year, how much did you profit? Average, huh?
Profit
or make?
How much I made?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to give an exact number.
Or just throw a number out and see if you throw a number out and see if he's like higher or lower than that.
I don't want to say like 500.
Lower.
Okay, because I was like, I feel like that's like, but then he could easily get a project.
Because
he could easily get a project of like, you know, 100K. That's like in a
that's
month.
That's true.
Okay. Was I hot or cold?
Cold.
Cold. Okay.
Yeah.
2.
Higher than that.
3?
Yeah, around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
No, exactly.
Congratulations. That's really good. Yeah. Wow.
So what do your parents think? Like,
that's my parents don't like what I do. Like none of my family does.
For real?
Really?
Yes. I don't talk to. Yeah, this is like a whole different subject, but so my family don't really condone what I do, or like they kind of see now because they're like, oh, but they're seeing like the materialistic things.
Okay.
So they never. So like my dad told me, he was like, hey, anybody can do what you do. All you do is click a camera. So I was like, all right, cool. I got you.
So it kind of like started with the whole music video stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was just like, it's traditional. Like they were.
I get that.
Just the entertainment side, right? They're just like, why do that and not
Oh no, it's just no stability. Like with them, it's like all about like 9 to 5 stability, like kids, like all of that. Okay. And I just went completely right.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And then after that, it was just more of, all right, cool. If you're not gonna like condone what I do, I'm out. Moved on my own. Just kept pushing forward. But it was just one of those things that just didn't let it stop me.
Are you an only child?
No, I have 3 sisters.
Oh, you're the only boy.
Only boy.
Wow. So it must have been.
Too.
Oh, really? So it must have been really tough for them, huh? Because it's like you're the only boy, you're the oldest, and you didn't do what they like had in mind for you, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's just like they're not doing, not to be mean, but they're not doing anything special, you know. And I think that was my main thing when I started doing what I'm doing. Like I wanted to break that generational like curse of like, bro, you can work smarter, not harder. Like stop busting your like your asses for what. You know, there's so much out there. There's such a big world out there. And I think, like, with video production, it gave me that world. And that's what, like, opened my eyes. Like, I got to travel the entire world. I've been to so many countries, so many places. Like, yeah. And that's what's made it really, like, worthwhile.
And I think what makes it easier is, like you said, as long as you're content, you know, with your life and how much money you're making financially, which is obviously really good. So. Yeah. But with that being said, let's take a quick break and we'll be back.
Right back.
Rollie, remember his question. What was it, babe?
My question was, you know, as a creative, you know, a lot of people agree with me on this, that we have to like, or we're asked to do free work sometimes, you know. My bad. We're asked to do free work sometimes. Like, did you ever have to deal with that, you know?
All the time, even now, still. You know, yeah, even like with big productions.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do free work to get in the door where you want to be. And I think that's the biggest thing. So like you'll have like companies where like, hey, we don't have the budget to do something right now, but if you can do this for us on the next one, you know, you're just kind of in favor with that. And it works a lot. Like
for crazy. You?
Oh yeah, like crazy.
Do you still do free work now?
All the time.
Okay, so it's a good thing then.
Oh yeah, like, yeah. If you have the time and it's something creative, something that'll work for either them or you, or portfolio base, or it has to be some type of like
benefit.
Some benefit, some type of value for you, like something that would just make it where you just be like, all right, cool, let's just make it happen.
Yeah, because I feel like there's been people that like I felt like I'll do some free work for them. Like I used to think like this, where kind of like that, where it's like, okay, I'll do free work for them. And the next one I'll charge them, but then you try to charge them and then they cut you off.
Okay, so yeah, I have a shooter that's under me. His name is OG Films.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you about him too. So shout out OG Films.
Yeah, that's my guy. So I told him the exact same thing. If they hit you up and they're already not trying to pay you from the first one, they're never gonna pay you. Like never. So you might as well just get it out of your head that they're gonna pay you, because if they don't even value your time the first time, then they're never gonna do it. So like when you say like free work, these are people that I've worked with in the past where we've done like some type of business where like if they need a favor for something, I'll make it happen. Now if it's like a first time client and they're like, hey, you know, I need something, nah, that's not gonna work.
Or if it's like an influencer that's like, hey, so let me get an hour and I'll post you on my Instagram.
Yeah, that's a no.
So no exposure shit either.
Nah. So I've actually had a famous girl cuss me out because I didn't want to give her the studio for free.
For real?
Yeah. She's big too. She signed to a big label, everything, and she wanted the studio before I even opened the studio. And I told her, like, I just told her photographer, like, hey, like, there's no value in it. Like, I was just straight up with him. I was like, there's no value from what I'm getting. I'm like, you're gonna use the studio for free. You're not going to give me any exposure. You're not going to post like where you're at. You're not going to tag where you're at. You're not going to do anything. You're going to get all this stuff. You're probably going to make money off of it because you're probably using it for a cover, music video, or whatever. Excuse me. So you're going to make money from it, and then I don't get nothing from it. So I'm like, why? Yeah. So I was just like, no, I'm good. Person came the next day, cussing me out like, oh, and da-da-da-da. I'm just like, look,
you literally said no value?
Yeah, no value.
Oh, damn.
I don't see no value in you.
It's
I don't see no value in this transaction.
No, but yeah,
no,
I understand.
I get it, yeah.
There's got to be some type of value there.
Or benefit, like, it's just like... Yeah.
So there's so many famous people who shoot at the studio, and that's what I try to get people to say all the time. Like, oh, well, I have X amount of followers, but what is that gonna do me? Like, you're not gonna post my studio. You're not giving me any value from that, except you're telling me that you're gonna take a picture here and that's it.
Not even tag you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I've done like design work for big people where I do the free work, right? Just because kind of like that, I wanna get my foot in the door and see where that leads and stuff like that. And it's led to other opportunities, yeah, But then Snow the product came, and then I was gonna do like free. I was like, I want to work with her, So I'm over here, free work. I'll do this, and she's like, send me your invoice, and I'm like, man, this girl has like 2 million followers, like chill out, I'm like, I got you. And then she's like, no, send me, I need to pay you. So and then she paid me, and that kind of like opened my eyes where it's like, all right, like big artists will fucking pay, So I was like, at that point, I'm like, all right, no more of this free work shit.
But the thing is that everybody has money, like everybody. It's just people choose what to spend their money on. Like, that's all it really is. People go to like restaurants in Houston, spend $200-$300. They go to the club, spend thousands of dollars on bottles. They do all of that. But then it's like, all right, cool, I need a free photo shoot or I need a free music video. Like, what's the valuation of like you're getting from that?
But why do you think that is though? Like, why the creative ones get the boot?
Because there's no guidelines to it, and that's really what it is.
Or do you think it's because there's not a physical like thing that you're getting?
No, it's just it's just the way you kind of pretty much present your business is where I guess they'll see the evaluation of it. So if you just look like a run and gun shooter that really don't have like no business mind set up on it, it's just like, all right, cool, I'm just kind of hitting up a homie and trying to see if I can do it. But if they would go to a business and there was like, all right, it was a video production studio, they're like, all right, well, these people look like they're spending money, so we know we're about to spend money in there. So it's like when you go to like a store, like when you go to Louis Vuitton, it looks presentable as in like, all right, you're about to spend some serious money here. Or if you go to like a mom and pop place, you're like, all right, cool, you're going to spend money, but it's not that. But if a guy's probably trying to sell you something out of a trunk, you're like, we could probably do some trade or something. So it's just that type of evaluation.
And I also think that because in the creative field, people don't value like the creative, the creator's time.
Well, that, and then like it's just more speaking up. And I think that was the biggest thing that I learned from like my mentor is like, you have to speak for what you want. Most of the people would just be like, hey, can you come pull up and shoot? And they would just be like, all right, cool, yeah. But like before the conversation even started, y'all didn't even talk about like, hey, how much is this gonna cost? Like, how many hours? Like, hey, if you're really serious, like I even told like a lot of the guys, I'm like, hey, if you really want to be serious about your business, send them a contract. I bet you that would change like the whole dynamic of the whole situation. And that's really where like things kind of change, because you'll be like, all right, cool, we're gonna do a music video, but I'm gonna send you a contract of like, this is what you're paying for, this is what you're getting, and this is everything you're signing off at the end of this contract. Then they'll be like, okay, this is a lot different than working with just a guy. Be like, yo, pull up, I got $100 in my hand, let's just get this done.
Wow.
It's
a lot. Like, it's,
because I don't know. Like I just never liked the fact that like that happens to creatives a lot, Yeah. And then it's just like that's like what I'm basing my whole like life on. Like that's what I want to do. And then I feel like that's where that thought process for like my parents would come in, where it's like, because they were always constantly asking like, or they'll ask her. They wouldn't even ask me like, hey, is he doing like good? Is he making money? Because I don't know. But it's like at the same time, I was like, fuck, like I'm doing like free work and shit. Like this ain't paying me or whatever, But
I wanted to talk about how you said it took you 10 years to get to the point that you're at now, right? Like, how was it for you? Like through those 10 years, like?
Oh, it was rough. I was doing $50 music videos, $100 music videos. Yeah. Like there's so much. I've done so much free work, so many things. So many people promise you things, so many hopes and dreams and all of that. And that's where, like, the biggest thing that I learned was just, like, invest in yourself. Like, invest in your own craft. And, like, don't worry about nobody else. Don't listen to anybody else of, like, oh, they're going to bring you along or do this for you or do that for you. Don't worry about that. Like, invest in yourself, where, like, most of the people that I worked with in the beginning, I surpassed them, And they're artists. They're people who... oh yeah, we're gonna blow up and do this and do that, or even like some of the biggest artists I work with, like not to like brag, but like Like, I'm bringing more money in than they are and doing more for myself than they're doing. And I'm the shooter. I'm the person behind the camera. But the thing is like, I never worried about what they were going to do for me and just took what I needed from the situation or like on the project and just did for myself.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you are, at the end of the day, you're going to worry about yourself, you know, like, and I guess my thing was like, I was just afraid to let that opportunity go, you know, like, because I'm just like, oh, is this person like, fuck, like, I don't want to look bad, or they'll just jump right next to the next person, whatever.
And let them, because the thing is they're not valued, like they're not showing any value in you, and that's the biggest thing. So like, I've done free stuff where people don't even know why, like, I stopped talking to them, but the biggest thing would be like, all right, cool, like, I'm gonna do you a favor, I'm gonna go shoot you a video. But I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything. I'll give you your video. But at the end of the video, if you don't even give me gas money or like, hey, here's $20 for food or go do whatever, bro, I will block you. I will block you and like give you your video and you'll never hear from me again. So when you want to do your next video, I remember that. You know what I mean? And I tell OG and all my other guys that too, is like, they really show they have no value in you. If they're not even like, hey, you drove all the way to the other side of town for us. Like, here's $50 for gas. Here's
or like appreciation.
Yeah, like gas, food, anything. Like, bro, you just got a whole entire music video for free. Like, entire production that you would have paid anybody else like $300, $400 to do, like minimum. You got it for free, and you can't even chunk like gas money. Yeah. So you just really show you got no value. So there's a lot of people, like I said, they'd be like, oh yeah, he ignores me or da 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 da. You did it to yourself. Like, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. So what's your relationship with OG?
So he's just been around forever. So we've been cool for the longest. I would say like 6-7 years, but we never really worked with each other. We just like, we knew each other. We talked to each other on social media, things like that. We'll hang out. But lately, he was just like, he's been grinding. He's been grinding like so much.
Yeah, he posts a lot.
Yeah, so he grinds so much where like that tracks. Like, that's like the biggest thing. Like, I want people like that around me, where like they're hustlers, they're go-getters, they're like, whatever you want to do, go ahead, do it, as long as you're doing like the best at it. So, and that's pretty much it. You know, I'm like, hey, if I could put you on something, I'm gonna put you on something. If I can give you some game, I'm gonna give you some game, and we'll just keep moving forward. So
do you feel like you're mentoring him, or did he already know a bunch of the stuff, or?
I don't really know. I think it's just more of just like a really cool relationship where if he does learn something, it'll probably be like, I wouldn't even know, because we're just always just like,
it's just like a regular, like a friendship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's crazy because I feel like at the same time he might look at you and just be like, man, like, admire you, you know? I mean, I don't know like the age difference or if there's any at all or anything, but I know like there's times when I've met people that they're probably like whatever with me, you know, but I'm just like, damn, like I want to be like them or whatever, you know, but then they don't feel like they're inspiring me or something, you know, they're just doing them.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And it could be like that, but it's always just a cool relationship where it's just like, look, bro, if I could put you on, I'm gonna put you on, and that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
Who inspires you?
A lot of people. Like honestly, like everyone does. Like,
who's the first person that came to mind? It must have been somebody.
As far as like
directing? Director or like directing or like in the business, you know.
So like the directors that I wanted to be like was like director Mike O and Jesse Terrero. So they're both like big Latin directors. Like they do like all the big productions, everything. So I think that was kind of like my mindset of like, oh yeah, I want to be like these guys and da 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 da. So now it's just more of like, I just love watching creative people. And that's the reason why like I have like Create at the studio. It's all about create. Like it's all about like just building for Houston to allow people to just take a vision and make it their own.
Oh, okay. That couch that you have in your picture, that's like the entrance?
That's the entrance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just, that's pretty much what inspires me, because I've seen thousands of shoots. It'll be the same space, but everyone shoots it completely different. And I think that's what I really enjoy. It's just people. So
do you feel like you just inspire yourself?
I would say sometimes I'd be like, yeah.
Do you ever like go into a room and just like kind of like analyze what's going on or kind of give your take, or you just stay out?
I'm on set, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
when I'm on set, I definitely put my 2 cents, and I get in trouble for that. Like, not from like the people I work with, but like sometimes like with my girl, she'll be like, "Hey, you just need to shut up." Yeah. I'm just like, but they're not doing it like this. They do it like this. So
have you ever thought about like doing like a I don't know, not an ebook, but like a class?
I don't like teaching. I don't like like if you want, so many people hit me up and be like, "Hey, I want to learn." I'm like, the best way to learn from me is by just showing up and just asking questions. It's like, stand next to me and be like, "Hey, why are you doing that?" I'm like, "All right, this is why we're doing it." But if you really want to be like, "Hey, this is how," like, nah, hell no. I don't got the patience.
Yeah, because imagine if you did like an ebook, like of tips, and then just sold it, passive income.
Yeah, I'm just not.
The one that's gonna do that is gonna be OG. He's gonna be like, "You want to be like Julian? I've spent a lot of time with him. Here's your 10 steps to whatever." But
and even then, OG be like, "Bro, Julian just wings it. Like, Julian just analyzes what's going on, use what we have to make things work." And that's pretty much. I'm not a technical person. I'm not like by the book type of person. Like, never went to like school for like film or video production or anything. It's just more use my eyes to see what I want to do and just kind of do it like that.
Yeah, I feel like kind of like with design, some people might ask me like, "Oh, how do I do this?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you like
he's not a good teacher.
No,
just because you just know what to do, but
it's hard. He was trying to teach me to edit like a video, right?
It's like do this, and then
I was like, okay, and I was writing it down. I'm a visual like learner, and like I'm a visual learner. Like I'll see you do it, and then I'll just put like a few notes, and I'm good. And he's like, okay, do it, and I'm like, I'll do it when you're not here.
Yeah,
because then he's gonna be like, there, and I'm gonna feel him looking. But I did do it, and he was just there, like.
See, like me, I would have been like step 1 to 100, like in like 10 seconds. And you would have been like, "See, it's done." And you would have been like, "But I didn't see anything." But I just showed you. But like, no,
did you not get it? Like I just did it.
I just did everything. I'm just like, this is, you didn't pay attention or what? Like, now I was writing. I'm like, "Oh, see, there you go." Now I was like, then I'll get frustrated and be like, "Oh man, we gotta do this all over again."
Yeah, I think that's why I feel like, to be considered a fast learner, you have to be a visual learner, and
I feel like, that's YouTube, like nowadays, like it's just all, you can learn anything on there. So.
No, but like, I mean like visual on the spot. You know what I mean? Because you could be the type of like a listener, like you can listen without even looking and you'll like get the steps, But me, I'm just like, we'll be there and then I'll learn, like I'll see. I mean, maybe miss a step or two, but like,
but
I'll get there,
But you learn by mistake. And that's pretty much what the studios and video production and everything. Like, bro, I probably messed up 100 people's music videos and they probably like it, but...
And they don't even know.
They don't even know.
Kind of like a tattoo, right? How Alex was saying.
Yeah.
It's like, tattoo artists mess up all the time and you don't even know. Like, they're just shading it away, like,
exactly. Like, oops. Unless he spelled like a whole name wrong. And they're like, oh, damn.
So, since you couldn't like come up with like somebody that inspires you specifically, is there somebody that you want to work with that you haven't been able to?
He's content with life.
He's like everyone.
No, so like I actually shot for Bad Bunny. Yeah, exactly. And it was like a project that I don't know if it'll ever come out or anything like that. And I think that was like something I thought it was gonna super excite me, and then it did at the moment. I was like, oh my gosh. And then after that I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
You don't fan out, right?
No, I don't. And I think working with so many people, I think I lost that, and which is so crazy because I've worked with so many people where people would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so and so." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool."
I think I think we're the same way. Like I feel like, honestly, like it's so hard for me to find out, right? Like, but I feel like if it was one person that like it's an artist that I probably want to meet, it's Karol G.
Really?
Yeah, but now I just really like her as like I feel like from what she shows like on Instagram, her IG stories, I feel like I like her as a person, but of course I never know. Like,
so say if you got to meet her, what would you do? Like,
I would probably just not be like, oh my god, Karol G, because I'm just not the person to do that. Like that's just so awkward for me. Like I'd probably be like wanting to know her like on a personal level. Like
exactly.
Like, what do your parents think about this? Like that'd probably be my first question. Like like. I don't know, like, you know, I don't know, just have like a personal conversation.
Yeah, because it's kind of like when we met Danny Lay, where she was just asking her like, oh, how do you like Houston? You know, and she was like, oh, it's. I think Austin was better.
My sister was like more excited. You know, I mean, I was excited to meet her, but I wasn't like, oh my God, like, you know, because I just think it's so hard for me to like do that. You know, it's just like, to me, it's just like, you're just a person, like, you know.
No, exactly. And I think being in this like industry, you kind of get used to that. You just like, oh, okay. So like, I did a video production for DJ Khaled. So we were with him for 10 hours. So he was just like next to us, eating, chilling, talking to us for like 10 hours straight, like nothing crazy. And like he'll go on social media, act like DJ Khaled, be like da da da, bless up, da 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 da. And I just was like, okay, that's cool.
And see, like, cause like I see for like if I were to meet like Karol G, like I think I would be like, I would want to meet her, like, to see how she really is, like, as a person. Just because I have this image of her based off her Instagram, her TikTok, you know, and her music, like, you know, and that's it. Like, I just want to see how she is, like, as a person. Because, I mean, I've heard stories, not of hers, you know, like the other artists, you know, and I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, so-and-so's a bitch. Or
J-Lo?
Like, huh?
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that, too.
Yeah. Like, it's been a thing where... Yeah, but I mean, like, and people in the comments are like, well, are y'all surprised? She kind of gives that vibe off, you know, and I'm like,
yeah,
she
or like,
does,
you know,
like,
and I don't know why, like, siento que you can tell when somebody is bien humilde, and I don't know why she gives me that vibe, you know, Karol G.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's weird, like, maybe because I really like her music, but it's just maybe. Like with Lana Del Rey, like, I love her music, you know, but I never really wanted to meet her because I was like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But with Karol G, it's a little bit different. Like, I'm just like, I want to see her as a person, like how she really is, you know.
Yeah. But then it's also like, how do you act towards them too? It's like if you become like a crazy fan, oh my gosh, they're gonna act like, yo, shit,
what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, creeper.
Or like Post Malone, like he's another one that like I like his music. I've been to his concerts. He's a person that I would love to meet as a person. You know, like, you know, be like, hey, what's up? Like, you know, what do you do like on your day to day?
Like, you want to have a beer real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like it's kind of like what would happen if you were to meet somebody is like it's kind of like what we're doing now, where it's just like conversating shit, you know. But I mean, but then you start thinking like, whoa, do they have the time? Like, they're probably in a rush, so you just blurt out some random shit if you're nervous, you know.
I don't even know what I would ask.
Low key, I was trying to pull something. Where, because you know how she's coming to Houston, and I was like, man, I was hitting people up that know people in her team, and I was like, I wonder if I could like do something, finesse some
because
shit,
see, like, I like her music. And I didn't even think to buy her tickets when they came out. And then I was like, I want to go, like, you know. And but they were already sold out. And then when he checked, it was like 1,000 for the both of us. And I was like, nah, that's too much, you know.
Yeah.
And then my friend called me like 2 days ago, and she's like, hey, I got sweet tickets for $50. You want them? And I'm like, hell yeah, like, you know, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And then so we ended up getting those for like $50, you know. And it's just like, I told him, I'm like, fuck it, if it happens, it happens, like, you know. But I mean, we're going, I guess.
It's cool. Regardless.
It's the same thing. It's like Bad Bunny, the whole Bad Bunny situation. I was at home chilling. It was like already midnight. So, a friend called me. He was like, hey, we have this big artist that's in town. They need to do some video production. I'm like, bro, it's midnight. Leave me the hell alone. Hung up. They called me again, and they're like, hey, we can't tell you who the artist is, but trust me, you want to do it. I'm like, send me the address. So I was like, they sent me the address. I was like, oh, it's only 5 minutes away. I was just like, what do they need? And they're like, oh, they need this camera, they need lighting, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, I don't know yet.
He wants to stay in bed.
I was like, I don't know. I don't really know. So my friend, he was like, look, I'm driving to the studio already. He was, I'm going to pack some stuff up. You could just meet me there. I'm like, bro, can you just tell me who it is? I'm like, just tell me.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, but I can't. He was like, I already signed. He goes, if you want, I can send you the paperwork, sign it, then I can tell you. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then he told me, he was like, oh, it's Bad Bunny. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. I was like, all right, that's fine, let's make it happen. And he was like, you know, do you want to, like rates and all that? I was like, bro, I don't care about none of that. Let's go, let's make it happen. So I jumped out of bed and just made it work.
And this was like, now that I guess you can talk about it now after?
Yeah. Now it's all said and done.
Okay, but you don't know if they're gonna.
No. So like, what a lot of that is for is to make sure like nobody pulls up to their hotel or like it's crazy or anything like that. Because I can go on social media and just be like, hey, so and so's here. Like,
yes,
pull up.
Because I told him that we were just talking about this one girl that she's done. I met her one time because she did my nails one time. And I told Roland, I was like, oh, you know, she's a very like happy girl. Like she'd be cool to have, you know, but he's like, oh, all right, whatever, we'll talk about it. And then I saw her post that she ended up doing his nails for the concert here. And I was like, oh shit. Like, and she couldn't post about it until like the concert was over. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to finally be able to tell you guys I just got the green light or whatever. And she posted herself like outside the hotel and then like her little bag and everything, and that's it. She's like, I couldn't take my phone, they took my phone.
Oh yeah, exactly, they took mine and stuff and everything. And I was just like, damn bro, this is like an exciting day of my life. I can't even tell anybody or anything. I was just like, bro.
So you met him?
Yeah, so he was doing a video production. So they did a music video. It was for his first concert here. So I guess that was like February.
Yeah, February, like
February time. So it wasn't even that long ago. So he was here already in Houston. They did the production in Miami, but they didn't get to finish. So they were just picking up some shots here in Houston. So they were just like, hey, we need this equipment, this and that, and just try to make it happen. So we're just like, yeah, we did. So we met the whole team, met him. And I was just like, damn, I don't even get my phone. I don't even get a picture or anything. And I was just like, yo, can I ask for a picture? But like my phone's like all the way on the first floor. We're like all the way up here. I'm like, bro. So it's just one of those things that it's one of those nice mental memories.
Yeah. When you met him, did you feel like you said like it's like a mental memory. Did you feel like he was the person you thought he was?
Yeah, like super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think he was probably like
crazy and shit.
Yeah.
Was he like in the, you know how some celebrities are kind of like they're all over the place, or was he there like mentally like?
Yeah, he was just chilling.
Was his girlfriend there?
Nah, but there was there was a model there.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a model there, and then she was fangirling, so they had to like calm her down a little.
Oh, that's so cringe.
Sedated her, tranquilized her.
Yeah,
that's just so weird for me, but I get it because people really are just like fans, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? Real quick before we go on a break, because I was thinking about this earlier. Do you guys think that because you know how a lot of girls are going on stage at the Bad Bunny concerts, and then they're doing it for Karol G too? I don't know if you've seen. Yeah, there's already been 2 people that I've seen, and security takes a while to get there. You know, so I'm just like, I wonder if they're planning that.
I think so.
I think
like the artists?
I wonder. Yeah, like I wonder if they're allowing it so people can record and then it goes viral and stuff.
Oh,
like,
from that perspective, I see it. Yeah, I see.
I was like, is it a thing? I was like, is that gonna? Because you know the whole Travis Scott thing happened where, and there should be like.
It's like super like ready to tackle you.
Yeah,
like tranquilizer guns.
But at this point, it's like, all right. There's a lot of people, like, we're security, like, it's a lot of people getting on stage.
Yeah.
So,
well, I know Karol G's paying $10,000 for somebody to twerk on the stage, so I told him he has to get ready.
Like 10K?
Like
10K. Like yeah, she did it in Miami. She had like 10 cases, 1,000 in each one, and she's like, and I was like, I saw the video. She's counting the money, and she's like, it's not 9,000. It's $10,000, you know, el que se, whatever, dance, twerking. And then there was like this gay guy that ended up winning him. He was like fucking doing the split and everything.
Shit, I'm gonna start recruiting this week. I'm like, where's the best twerkers in Houston at? I'm gonna start going to the clubs.
He's already practicing.
Like, I'm gonna be going to the clubs. I'm like, hey, what are you doing this day? What's your qualifications?
But
can you twerk right now?
yeah.
But
try out.
Let's go on a quick break.
All right.
And we are back. So
I wanted to, I guess let's talk about what we were talking about just now a little bit. How, I don't know, like I guess how I was saying that I have certain people that I know, and I feel like asking for favors or asking or using your resources kind of might come off like you're using them. Mm-hmm. But do you think people think like that, or is that just like something that maybe it's just me?
It's like a pride. It's a pride mentality. That's really what it is. Like
on my end.
Yeah, I would just say like on anybody's end, anybody who like has that, because like that's business. Like business is by like outreaching and trying to use your sources to connect dots and all of that. Like big commercial companies, that's what they do. Hey, you know, we have $1 million company over here. We have $1 million company over here. Let's talk to these people to see how we can connect this together and make more money together. Yeah. And I think that's really what it is. Like, that's the reason why you have those resources. It's like, apply to it, you know? Yeah. So it's just, because they're always going to ask for a favor from you back or anything like that, but it's just business. As long as you keep it like on a business aspect, then you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess I guess me personally, I would feel like somebody might ask me like, hey, I need this, you know, and I'm just like, damn, or hey, can you connect me with this person? And I'm just like, man, like, the hell you doing, you know? But yeah, I guess in a business mindset, I guess I take it more personal. Mm-hmm. Me, like, I'm like, oh, well, I'm homies with this person, like, so why are you asking me about this? Or, you know, it's just like this mentality that I have. But I should be looking at stuff more business-ish, you know, just so it makes sense, and because it makes sense, and then that way I don't think like that, you know.
Well, even then, there's like there's people I know, or even companies I know, where like they make money by just connecting the dots. So you knowing that person is a valuation of like, all right, cool. Hey, if say that guy wants a feature with that other guy, hey, you know, he charges $1,000, right? Hey, he charges $1,500. All right, cool. Connect the dots. You just made $5, and that's it.
How do you feel about that?
That's part of business, you know. I think that's one thing that people really have to understand, that it's nothing's personal. It's just business, you know. It's like you're doing this for like a business outcome, you know. You're not doing it just to be like, oh, you know, homie, da 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 da. If you're doing that forever, you're just gonna tire yourself out. You're gonna exhaust yourself, you know. It's all about like using what you know and doing what you know to like just keep things doing. It's exactly the same thing in the commercial world. It's just not in the commercial world. It's just more on a personal level.
Yeah, people do take things personally.
Oh, big time.
All the time.
Yeah,
honestly.
I do too.
Same here. But all right, I always ask at the end of the podcast, like, what makes you happy?
Seeing my family happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would is that like because of you, or just in general you want to see them happy? Or
just like in general, just knowing that I'm doing something that's never done in my family. I think that's what really like puts like a good content in my life, of like knowing that whenever I do have kids, like there's something I can give them, show them things that I didn't get to learn, or like my grandpa didn't teach my dad, or my great grandpa, all of that, and set them up for success, you know, like
give them the freedom
and give them options, give them things like, hey, there's a lot more out there, like, you know. And I think like definitely like in my family, it's always like by the books one way, but like growing up, like I kind of lived like that, but like me being on my own, there's so much out there. I'm like, dang, you know, like, you know, most of my family, they don't even leave the country unless it's like to Mexico. And like I've been to like Europe and all these other places where I'm just like, damn, bro, it's a whole another world out here.
Yeah.
Have you taken your family on a trip like that, or no?
Yes, but they're just like more of like, hey, we're gonna go to Florida, we're gonna go to California, visit family. Like they don't believe in like anything like outside.
Like
of
there's
that.
more.
Yeah, there's more, and that's one thing is just like.
Do you feel like you're slowly like guiding them to that?
I'm trying to. Like every time I talk to them, I'm just like, hey, like y'all do this, but y'all should do it like this, and they're like, hey, shut up. I'm like, all right, cool, but
it's normal.
Like, yeah. I'm gonna tell you again the next time I see you, bro. So you're gonna get it one way or another. So like even like my grandma, I'm trying to get her into the business right now of what I'm doing. Of like she has a couple of houses, and I'm like, look, here's other options instead of like, you know, she just like rents them out, and I'm just like, hey, that's good, but like let me show you something a little bit better. So it's just, they're like, but da 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 da. I'm like, look, bro, pay attention. But I'm the young one, so they're just like, well, you know what the hell you're talking about, shut up.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So any shout outs you want to do or anything to anybody? Shout out myself.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
DJ Cat God, dude. All right,
what about your Instagrams? Actually,
where can they find
you? Give them your main one, because you have like a lot, right?
Yeah, I have 8 Instagrams.
You run all of them?
Yes. It's tiring.
Do you have a schedule for that?
Nah, I just kind of just when it pops in notification. So it's just one of those things like if a notification comes in, I'm like, all right, let me take care of it now, because if not, it just gets lost and never.
Damn, I just let them sit there sometimes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'll be like, I'll get back to it later, because they start piling up, and I'm just like,
so like
otherwise I feel like I'm just there all the time.
So like your messages and all that, do you have like a whole bunch?
Nah, like I don't let them get too crazy.
Nah, so like if you look at my phone, bro, like I have no missed phone calls, no text messages, like nothing. Like,
even text messages, sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't feel like dealing with it right now.
Yeah, I had to remove him from my cousin's group message, because he would just mute them messages, never reply, and I'm just like,
yeah. I try to stay like peer space. Like if you look at peer space, if you look at all my spaces, it says like respond within 1 hour, because that's
wow.
So yeah,
they know like oh shit,
yeah. So it's like 5 stars, like responds in 1 hour, like communication is like always on top, and that's like the biggest thing with me. So I'm so used to doing that, so it just kind of dwindles into like social media and everything else.
So what's your Instagrams?
Just the main one, Director Julian MTZ, and then Noir Studio HTX.
Okay.
And then Rollie will put the 8 accounts in
they'll all be in the description.
It's gonna be like a credit movie.
They're gonna be scrolling like, God damn. Like,
yeah, he has eight Instagrams account,
like,
and then his website. Well, thank you for joining us. It was really good to like get a lot of knowledge, you know, and hopefully other people that get inspired by this, you know.
Yeah, definitely, bro. So we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
This is it. You know, everything's gonna be in the description below. Follow our TikTok, follow our Instagram, YouTube, subscribe. I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so hopefully we make that shit happen.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So that's it.
Peace.
Peace.